All right, perfect. So as you guys would know, this one is going to be on the curriculum programming. We obviously got a lot of requests to sort of investigate this topic for you guys as well. Keep in mind that we are always growing, we're always building on our curriculum programming as well. So a lot of new features are on the cards to be introduced soon too. But this is sort of what we've got at the moment, and we'll go through, we'll go through the adding of the curriculum programmings, how you can link your programs to your posts and your observations, viewing the progress of your programs, ticking them off sort of as you go as well, and also that parent engagement. Parent engagement is a very big topic that you guys have been looking for as well. So we're going to investigate that one a little bit here. But next week's webinar will be on more parent engagement tools as well, to get your parents involved here too. Okay. Alrighty, so adding a curriculum programming. So you obviously need to build your curriculum program before you can start implementing it on your activities and your posts and things like that as well. And obviously that's done from your portal. So we've got our dummy site called Sunnyside. All the information here is fictitious. It's just to give you a few examples, and so we can, look at things together here. Okay, so obviously the first step of your curriculum programming is to create your categories or interests. These are the things that you're wanting to explore with the kids, what you're going to, what your activities are going to be based around, whether it's for the week, whether it's for the month, whether it's for, a block worth of time. This is the topics that you're wanting to investigate. You've got your munch and move, that's a pretty common one, literacy, healthy eating, emotions, all sorts of different categories and interests. Now, this is very broad. You can put whatever categories and interests you're going to be investigating with your centre. Okay, so it's whatever works for you guys. You can delete them, you can change them, you can keep adding them. So let's say we want to investigate cooking. Okay, we pop that in there, go update. Now we've got our cooking one here. Okay, like I said, you can delete, you can edit, you can do whatever you like. Alrighty, so now that we've got our categories, okay, we can then add our program. Okay, now a few important things to remember with the curriculum program is this thing here. Okay, the OWNA portal is very much like any other website where you've had to log into. Okay, it times out, it has restrictions, and that's for security reasons. Okay, so keep in mind curriculum programming can take that little bit longer to write. So you always want to be either saving as a draft as you go, or even if you just write it up in a Word document, then you can copy and paste it into here as well. So that's kind of our two recommendations, just so that obviously you guys don't unfortunately lose your work. You have those options as well. Okay, so our different program types. We have the standard weekly template, we have the block template, and we have upload your own PDF template. Okay, now the main things to remember with the different program types is probably the posting of them. Okay, so your weekly template, that will show up each day what activities you're doing on that day, basically. Okay, your block template will show on the first date that you want your program to start. Okay, and that's it. Because with a block template, you don't specify what days you're going to be doing those activities. So OWNA doesn't know what activities to post each day. So it shows you the whole program on that first date for them to obviously be able to follow on with that from there. Okay, and obviously with uploading your own PDF document, again, OWNA doesn't know what days you're doing such and such activities, so this one won't post to the timeline for you. Okay, so there are three options at this stage. So we can have a look at a weekly, caterpillar room program. Okay, let's say we want it to commence next week and we're going to have it ending for that week. Okay, just a 1 week program. It's up to you how long you sort of want them to go for as well. Okay, it's up to you. You can customize that too. Topics, you can do culture, you can do healthy eating. You can do, what else can we do? You know, food types, etc., etc. Okay, that's the topics that you're going to investigate. Rooms, again, totally up to you. You can have the same for all your rooms. Obviously, if you have less rooms, that's easier. Or if you have more rooms, you can select your room as well. Okay, your educator's responsible, pretty simple. You can obviously select who's responsible for those programs. Goals for the program. So this simply is just sort of like an overview of what your program is going to be about, and it will show here as well. Okay, your summary or focus and your categories and interest will show there. Okay, so that's your goals. Goals for this program is for, oh, that's all in capitals. Goals for this program is for the children to understand where their food comes from, etc. Okay, you can tag your EYLF outcomes to it. Okay, and we'll see how that gets, reported in the summary as well in a second. Our time, our place, or sorry, my time, our place, if we want that. And you've got your custom tags as well. So your custom tags is just pretty much an easier way to, I guess, filter and sort your posts or your programs. Okay, some use it, some don't. It's totally up to you and what works best. Okay, so let's say we want to go with Sunnyside culture. Okay, to create your custom tags in future, this one is actually under posts and manage your custom tags. Okay, that's where we've created all of these ones. If we go into here, you can create them all there. Okay, now custom tags, I believe, is just for our premium and premium plus, but you can also purchase obviously the app extras, so for more tags as well. Categories and interests. So these are the categories and interests that we created back on that first page. Okay, so here we obviously tag the categories and interests we want. Now we get this pop up here. Okay, it obviously hasn't picked up that I clicked on the block. Why is it gonna do this? Okay. All right, let's see if I can get this to view how I want it. Okay, cool, excellent. Because I was fiddling around too much with that. But so here, because we've got a weekly, it's showing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, etc. So in here, we're able to put in what we're going to do each day. Okay, you can make these bigger if you need more room to write. You can make them smaller. You can do whatever you like with them. Okay, and that's how we're going to do it. So let's see if it's going to be better for me. So you can add a few categories and interests as well for the week, however many you really want. Obviously, some, have a few areas they investigate, but it's totally up to you. Okay, so you'll fill in here what you do each week, kids in the kitchen, kids, cultural food, etc., etc. Okay, and each week each day you write in what you're going to investigate for that week. Okay, now we've got some miscellaneous topics down here as well. Again, they're kind of optional. Okay, so these are extra little topics that we've had requests from centres to pop in. So generally, a lot of this stuff you will fill in after your curriculum program has been posted or during your curriculum programming being investigated. Okay, so spontaneous experiences. So if you've seen, Jenny do something special, you can obviously pop that in here as a bit of a reflection on your program. Group experiences, if everyone joined in on the cooking, that can be part of your group experiences. Your family feedback. So we will show you as well how your family can actually provide feedback on your program. And that way you can add it in there as well, again, as a bit of a reflection option. Learning extensions, same sort of thing you'll do after you've, investigated some of your areas and think, okay, well, maybe we can explore this a little bit more. Kids showed a lot of interest in a certain area. We'll use that for next week's exploring. Okay, so if we add this program, let me just fill in these bits at the top again. That's all good. Okay. Painful. Okay. Food and drink, etc., etc. Caterpillar. Okay. Let's see. Let's go. Awesome. Cool. So then we can see it here. Okay, the second one down. Now notice this one in orange. This is because it is still in a draft mode. Okay, it being in draft, parents are not able to see it. It's obviously there for you guys to be able to keep editing. Okay, so that's what that one is there for. So what we can do, we've got a few options here. We can click on Caterpillar Room. Okay, this is the actual program, and it gives us a rundown or an overview of what we're doing in this activity or this program. Okay, then we've got your link summaries. Okay, so as you start linking your posts to your curriculum program, you'll start to see more, lines in here. Things will start showing numbers, and we will do more of the linking as well. And you'll see your posts too. Okay, you can print your program and info. Okay, or save as a PDF as well. I know a lot of centres will have their curriculum programming up on the wall in their centre as well, and that's what you can use these for, okay, to have that up on view for your parents too. Okay, obviously you can go back and edit as well, okay, so if you want to add more like your EYLF, all right, so you can do that, you can add these, etc., etc. Now, because we've come back in here after posting it, we have our evaluation options. So this again is evaluating, well, how did the kids go in the kitchen? Were they cooperative? Did they enjoy it? What did they learn? Or maybe was this a bit more of a hit and miss? Kids weren't very interested. They're more interested in playing with their food, etc., etc. Okay, this is for your educators to write your evaluations. Okay, kids loved learning about their food. Okay, so that's what you can do there. Again, here we also, open up a lot more options. We've got your reflections as well. Okay, any directors or other educators feedback. Be cooperative with it, help each other out. Let each other have a look at the programs, see how you can improve as well. So we have the option of just writing a quick reflection here. If you don't like to go through all the, defined areas, you can just write your simple reflection up the top. How was your program received by children and families? Was it good? Was it challenging? Any changes? Did everything go to plan? What do you identify, etc., etc. Goals for next week. So this helps you to build on the weeks following as well. Okay. We do obviously allow you to replicate. So you got replicate. So if you're going to, investigate the same sort of area again next week, it's a lot easier just to replicate it. Okay. Yeah, and it puts it automatically. Okay, you get an extra one there as well. We do have quite a few here. There we go. So we'll put it to copy, okay, and into draft as the copy there. Okay, this is the original and that's the copy there. Okay, and obviously you can edit that once it's copied too. Okay, so you can see how obviously our activity is at 0. Obviously we haven't, created any post linking to it. We haven't done any of the activities, etc., etc. as well. Okay, we do now put at the top who's working on it. I know it can be a little bit difficult. You might have a few individuals working on the activities or working on the programs. So that way you can actually check if someone logs on and is on the same screen, it'll show them as well. I'm Mr. Tom, so it shows me working on the program, just to avoid any complications with saving and editing and things like that too. Okay. Alrighty, so I guess tagging your posts with your programs is probably what we want to investigate now. So you've got a few options. If you happen to be in here, you've got add post link to this. Okay. If you click on that, it automatically just pre-fills that as your program. Okay. If you want to add it to the portfolio, you can go for it. Kids, kids in, oh wow, in the kitchen. Okay. Kids had great fun making pasta. Oh, this keyboard is not my usual keyboard. Making pasta today. Okay. Obviously, yours will be a bit more detailed than that, but you can also have your focus kids. Okay. So if you generally have one lot of kids that your main focus is on, you can create that, or you can obviously have all children. So you can press Control or Shift, and you can select a handful of kids. Okay, you can select it by the room obviously as well. So we just want the caterpillar room. Nice and easy. So everybody in the caterpillar room's parents will see the post. Okay, obviously if you just want the parents, if you don't want those in the preschool penguins room, you can only tick to private post. Okay. So what we can also do, again, is sort of linking your children's goals into that as well. So as long as you've tagged them up here, their goals will show. Okay, obviously if you have created those goals first. Custom tags, again, you've got that option to build on that. EYLF, okay. I just pick a handful just so that we can see how it's displayed in that summary as well. And I'll see all of those as well. We can put photos on as well here. Okay. I don't know if we have any. Oh, there we go. We've got the OWNA. So we can upload that as well. Okay. Add post. Perfect. Excellent. So now, if we were to go back into the program, view program, okay, this is the caterpillar cooking. If we go in here, sorry, wrong one. We want to click on the curriculum program title. Scroll down here. So we now get some numbers in this summary. Okay, 21 children were linked, obviously, to that post we just made. We just made a post, and there was one image to it as well. Okay, this is the EYLF outcomes that we tagged. All right, so this is the EYLF that we explored during this program per se. Okay, there's our photo. So any photos you tag, whether it's linked to this, it'll come through, okay, in this section here, just so that you can have a quick summary showing all the activities you explored during this program. Okay, and again, there, portfolio post, kids in the kitchen, etc., etc. Okay, if we make some comments, they'll also show here. You do have your audit history as well, guys. Someone accidentally, or a post goes missing, or a post was made live and you only saved it as a draft, you can see what activity has been made on that post or that program to see what it was at a certain point in time. Okay, this is just an audit copy. So that's telling you at, what was it, 1:09, Mr. Tom today was working on this program. Okay, so you can see any changes that may have been made at that point in time. Okay, so that's your, I guess, your curriculum programming from there as well. Okay, now if we want to get this, completion bar growing, we can obviously do that as well. Okay, so you can go in here, you can tick off saying, yes, I've done that one. If there was writing in here, yes, I did that. Yes, we've done that, etc., etc. Okay, we do update program. Back to the view of programs. Did I save that? I think I did. Bear with me, it's going to be touchy. Okay, here we go. So we can see 50%. Okay, so we can see obviously the evaluation I put in a bit earlier. Okay, this obviously goes to black because we've completed it. This one's still in red because we haven't completed it. Okay, and then we can see that completion bar has gone up now. Okay, to that 50% mark. You can mark off your completion on the app as well. So we might investigate a little bit of how the programming looks and how parents can view it on the app and things like that as well. Let me see if I covered what I think we needed to cover. So adding a curriculum programming, yes, pretty straightforward. You'll see you're creating either, oh, sorry, I didn't quite show you what a block, quickly show you what a block template is. Again, it is very similar to your weekly templates. Let's see if we've already got one built. It's a weekly. Might look like we only have weekly ones. Okay, that's all good. So what we can do is obviously your block template. Okay, your block template basically just means that you're going to have one block. Let me just show you, it's much easier. Here. So we're going to explore sensory this week. Okay, these are the handful of activities that we're wanting to do, but we're not necessarily going to do, you know, music on one day and writing on the next day, etc., etc. We're not necessarily just going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We might explore this one today because it's raining outside, so we need an indoor activity. We might explore this one on Friday because that's what works for most of the kids. It just gives you that option to include your activities, but you don't have to have the day specified that you're going to do them as well. Okay. After this, could you explain how to show a full programming cycle from observation to program to reflection? Yeah, I can. Again, it's a little bit, different from centre to centre how they do it, but we'll see what we can do in investigating that as well. Okay. Alrighty, awesome. So that's your block. So again, the main difference is you just get one block to fill in your activities, one block to do your evaluations, one block to show your activities, etc., etc. Okay, and again, you've got you uploading your own as well. Okay, same thing again there. Yeah, uploading program PDF. Okay. Now from the app, let me have a look. All right, so what we've got here is we've got the parent view on the right-hand side, and we have the staff's view, okay, on the left-hand side here, okay? So keep in mind your parents are able to view your curriculum programs, okay? So this is the post obviously that we did earlier. But if we go to this left-hand column, we can see all the curriculum programmings for the centre, okay? We can see who's responsible for them as well. We can show more. We can see how they're going with obviously their percentage completed. Okay, and obviously, like I said, any posts that are under them as well. Okay, so view posts. Again, that just filters for you. Okay, so that's just a filter option there. Yeah, so this again will show you much more like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. So your parents can see that too. And then as well, up in this top right hand corner, your parents can provide feedback. Okay, let's see. Jenny loved learning about food and culture. Perfect. Okay, send through. You guys will get a notification to say obviously that comment has been made as well. Okay, and then we will be able to see that comment on that program. So we're back onto the portal, view the program, and it will show. Okay, it may not have been quick enough. Doesn't want to show for me, but yeah, you will be able to see the comments. Yeah, family feedback. Okay, yeah, so who did it, when they did it. Jenny loved learning about food and culture. Okay, it'll auto fill in that box for you too. Okay. Currently, we use the observation template on the app, so please let us know if examples. Yeah, cool. We can do that as well. Okay, so obviously you guys tend to use more of the app side of things to, I guess, connect your programming. So we can definitely have a look at that side. But that's basically how you're building them and how you're using the portal to view them as well. Okay. Cool. All right, let's have a look at a bit of the linking. Okay, okay, awesome. So, like a lot of you said, you guys are using the posts on your iPads or the app, basically. Okay, just quickly, obviously, you can view all your programs here. Okay, you can tick off on them the same sort of way. Okay, yes, I've done that activity now, successfully recorded. Your progress will go up. Okay, you can write your curriculum programming evaluations and reflections here too, as just a quick snapshot of what's happened too. Okay, let's see. Cool, 100%. So now that we've ticked that off there. Okay, all right, posts. Okay, so you've got all your icons down the bottom here. Okay, so a lot of you obviously are using your observation, so we would use the observation template. Okay, what we would do then, if we wanted to add a photo in, we would add a photo in about it. Okay, you can take photos or you can pick a photo from your gallery as well. Okay, whatever works for you guys. So once you've picked your photo and you've uploaded that one onto it, it's going to be slow because it's a simulator. We're going to tag the children that it relates to. Okay, on here you can filter by day. Okay, and obviously you've got your rooms there as well. Okay, so this was just, you know, what you guys did on the Thursday for your caterpillar room. All right, so you obviously can just click and it'll tag all of your caterpillar room for that day. Okay, done. This one, you've got your EYLF, you've got your principles and practice, NQS, theorists, developmental milestones, kindergarten, my time, our place, 8 Aboriginal ways of learning as well. Okay, so you tag as you like in here. Okay, tag a handful just so that you guys can see. That's done. Okay, you can link it back to previous posts. So obviously if it's similar to obviously maybe an activity that you did for last week's program or earlier on the week for this program, you can tag it onto that as well. Okay, so tag that. Now this one here, your book. These are your curriculum program. Okay, so this is where you're going to link your post to that curriculum program. So Caterpillar Cooking is obviously the one we've just created. So that's one we're going to tag it to. Okay, you've got here as well. So this is, like I said, your custom tags if need be. Again, an easier way to group your activities. Lock, so that makes sure that only those parents in the Caterpillar room can see this activity. And then you can actually turn commenting on and off now, okay, just by individual post. That was a bit of a newish, I guess, feature that we've rolled out. So you can do it on a post by post basis as to whether you want that to be available. Okay. So here, let's put Caterpillar kids in the kitchen. Okay. Observation date generally is going to be the day on. Okay. Awesome. Start. Yep. Sounds good. Is this going to let me do it? Ooh. Yes, I think it is. Perfect. So, done. I'm sure you guys know how to do this part, so I'm just going to do it quickly. The kids were in the kitchen today making soup. Okay. Again, evaluation. The kids had fun and learnt a lot about culture. Okay, where to next? So that's obviously like an evaluation step where you think, You know, you could explore further with this. You know, what did the kids find, you know, extra interesting, what you think you might use in your next curriculum programming, etc., as well. Okay, follow-up dates, again, if you feel that there's going to be a follow-up for it, you can do that, and then it will give you a notification, okay, for when that time comes around. Let's see here. Okay, perfect. So we can save as a draft if we're, you know, going to wait for a little bit, or if we want to just double check it first, you can save it as a draft. Okay, on an Android, you would double click on the screen. Okay, but this one, we're just going to post it out anyway. Okay, perfect. Caterpillar Kids in the Kitchen. So that's our observation there. Okay, so in here as well, if we click on this little eye, that tells us the learning outcomes that are connected to it. Okay, so that gives us a bit of a rundown there as well. It tells us what kids were connected, etc. And we can obviously comment, you know, great program, great activities. Perfect. Okay, so that's what's, I guess, you do it from the educator side of things. Okay, so once we've done that, obviously, like I said, we can view it, okay, as it's grouped on the curriculum program. This one here, view posts, okay, and that one comes up obviously as being part of that program as well. Okay. Alrighty, perfect. So obviously now, you know, like I said, if you want to do the reflections as well, you've got a few options. So from the app, okay, for your curriculum programming, I guess, evaluations, you've got your quick snapshot up here. Okay, so this is where you can do just your basic evaluation. Evaluation on this program. Some kids enjoyed being in the kitchen, some did not. Okay. Reflection, for example, okay. Next time when exploring food, I will have a variety of activities. Okay, just obviously simple, just to show you the example of it. Okay, done. Evaluation reflection successfully recorded. Okay, if you want to do that, obviously more in-depth evaluation that I was showing before, that's going to be done on the portal, just because it's a little bit more in-depth work that needs to go into it. Okay, so obviously we've finished our cooking program. All right, we would jump back onto the portal, okay, and we'll do it from here. Okay, so the app allows you to do that basic evaluation, whereas once you jump onto the app, you can obviously build on that and do more of your in-depth. Okay, so what have we got here? So we've got our reflection that I did before, okay, and the program evaluation as well. Things like the learning extensions, that's done via the portal, okay. Leah, is there a clear way to see which children's observations are on each program? Yeah, probably you can use the filters. So if we have a look, let me see if there's filters on here. So let's just see. So let's go to posts and view posts. Can we search? I can't search by program per se. Let's see if there's a quick way. Program. Well, I suppose if we do that, and then you can filter by the child. That's probably your best way. So obviously what I did is obviously view program, go into, I guess, the program that you're wanting to know about. then you can actually click on here, okay, and it takes you to that posts screen basically, okay. Then obviously you can filter by that child, filter posts, and it will tell you which observations they're actually linked to, okay. So I guess that's probably what we've got. But I see what you mean. Maybe if we can search by the program, sorry. Unless you know what the program is called as well. There's always that option for filtering there. Again, this is just our dummy version, so there's not going to be a lot on here. But yeah, that's probably what we've got at the moment, Leah. But I'll have a look and see if we can maybe build something else that's more filtered by program per se as well. Okay. Okay. Any other questions or anything? I'm just trying to think if there's what I have covered. So we've done the linking, parent engagement. So like I said, obviously with your parents app, okay, they can obviously view all of these and they can give you feedback on them as well. And you get a notification when a parent has provided feedback as well, okay. So letting them know that option is there is obviously helpful for you guys in getting that, I guess, communication open as well, okay. Staff evaluation and reflection. So like I said, you've got that short and sweet evaluation and reflection that you can do from the app, okay. But then obviously you've got your more in-depth evaluations that you can do via the portal. And again, it's very specific. You know, some centres will use all of those evaluation options and some will just use a handful of them, okay. If there's something that works differently for you guys, let us know, because we're always happy to build on these sorts of things, and obviously listen to you guys as centres as well and see what works for you guys. You know, what would you like to see implemented with the curriculum programming? A lot of you are probably aware that our team has grown massively in the last couple of months. So we've actually got, I think, another 2 developers on board at the moment. So a lot of things are going to be changing on the app side of things as well, and hopefully improvements and building on things as well there. Okay. Any other questions or anything at all, guys? If not, that's probably all. Like I said as well, it will be recorded for you guys to jump back onto as well. And it will probably be more than likely available either by an email or it'll be in our tutorial guides on the portal as well. We do have a handful of other recordings that we've done on that too. Okay, so you've got your tutorial guides. Okay, and in here we do have a few simple tutorials on the programming as well. Okay, if we go down here, Centre Extra, so creating curriculum programming and using and editing the curriculum programming as well. I might see if we can actually get one added in too, which is going to have more of how that process. So like someone was saying, how you can have, yeah, from observation to the program to the reflection, more of like a cycle thing. So that's hopefully what we wanted to investigate a bit more as well, is sort of easing up that cycle as well. Okay. Shane, is there any service in Melbourne using OWNA for programming, which I would like to visit and see? Shane, we do actually have a few centres that use the programming quite well. I don't know if it necessarily needs to be in Melbourne, but I can gather a list of them and see if they're obviously happy to have a chat with you and, you know, maybe send them through as well. But it's always good, guys, you know, jump on and other centres that use OWNA, send us an email and then we can have a look and see if anyone else is happy to share how they do it. Obviously, just to sort of give you examples of how they use it as well. We do have a few that actually use it quite well, so I'm hoping I can maybe get them, see if they're happy to share and go from there. Okay, I'll get a list and I'll send it through. What centre are you from? Just so that I can send them one through to you. If not, you're more than welcome. Cool kids, cool, excellent. Yeah, if anyone else is interested in maybe, I'll see if we can, getting some of the centres that are happy to share how they've done it, just send us an email to support@OWNA and we'll be able to hopefully, fingers crossed, send you through some example ones as well. Oh, excellent, perfect. I'll see if he's found some as well for you, but that'll be good. Alrighty. So yeah, like I said, these are also your different versions you can get, okay? And that's how you build them there. Good question, Leah. Is there a way to see the children's observations in calendar order? They are scrambled when you look up children's portfolio. Let's have a look. We usually go this way. So basically this is just using the post section. Pick a child that's actually had some activity. They should generally be in order. If you go through that way, they should definitely be in order. So view all children. You've got the drop down on the right hand side on the matrix. Haven't used the matrix as much. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. So this one. Yeah, okay. Draft. I'll have a look. But generally speaking, what do you mean by they're out of order? I'm not quite following. Are you meaning the kids' names? Anyway, send us through an email as well if you want to, Leah. We can maybe investigate a bit more. Yeah, generally speaking, obviously this is another way that you can obviously view them all. Oh, the ticks are dated out of order. Oh, okay. I think I get what you mean. I'll see what we can do. That should be pretty quick. I'll see what we can do with those ones. But yeah, again, any questions or anything, guys, more than welcome to send us through an email to support@OWNA. Pressing too many buttons. Yeah. So you're more than welcome to obviously send us through an email and we can obviously answer any questions there as well. And I'll see if we can obviously get some example ones up onto our dummy site as well. Or even sending through, if you want to send us an email, we might have a bit of ideas there as well. Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a good afternoon. Cheers.